What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day, bringing you some NedFoss today. So NedFoss is one of those companies that makes a budget blade that seems to never disappoint. They always work. You have two different versions coming at you today. You got this one right here, and you have this one right here. This one is, I already know, it's called the AK10. And this one is the DA169. So you have the DA169 and you have the AK10. Now, when you go onto Amazon, and I'll put the link below for the full NedFoss site, there's going to be a little search bar. And if you just search AK10 or whatever I just said, DA blah, 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 DA169, then it'll pop right up to these pages. It's very simple. But you have two similar but different blades here. Both have punches on the end. They're actually the same, and both very nice. So you're going to have emergency window punch right there, like a glass punch or a skull breaker. On this one, you have a bottle opener, and I was trying to see if that cutout was attached to anything. Oh, it is. Okay. And you have a line cutter right there, or a seatbelt cutter. And on this one, you have the big lanyard hole with the seatbelt cutter. So you have a cutter on each one of these. This one has the bottle opener here. This one has a bottle opener here. You have a plain spine. You have a ridged spine. Now, this isn't a saw spine. This is just tooling. It could provide good comfort if you're using your blade. This one is a flat spine, so it's going to be comfortable no matter what. Both of them are G10 inserts on steel. And you can see that they are very well textured. This one's got a nice big panel there. They're both comfortable in the hand. They're both liner locks. They both have flippers. This one has thumb studs, so you could spidey flick or thumb flick. This one, since it has a bottle opener, is just here in the flick. Or the flip. Both of them are pretty well designed as far as making sure you have comfort. Top of the hand comfort right here, where you can use multiple grips. It just feels good. This one has jimping in the rear at the pinky. Size, they're pretty much almost identical. This one's slightly bigger. Let's see. I'm going to test one of them because they're pretty much equal. They're going to have the same edge on them. Let's see. This black one, 8CR 14 MOV, not 13 MOV. I'm trying to figure out the size. It's okay. I got that covered. We're going basic. We're looking at, just under 8 inches overall. Maybe no, with the tip of that, it's right at 8 inches on this one. And with this one, I think it's going to be over, and it's going to be 8 1/4 inches right here. So you have a 1/4 inch more there. Blade, you're looking at 4 inches to the bend. And on this one, you are looking at 4 inches to the bend. So this one's going to have a 1/4 inch more of grip. You're looking at, without the glass break, 4.5 inches. That's a good grip. And on this one, you are looking at, if you go to the top, 4.5 inches. If you go below, it's 4 1/4 inches. So that's where your size differences are going to be. Both of them aren't bad looking blades. I wish I had a bottle with a cap on it so I could show you how that works, but I don't. So we'll just struggle. We'll struggle. We'll be okay in the long run, but I don't know how we're gonna survive. Let's see here. I got some cordage. It's a long cordage. I don't know where the end is. Holy mackerel, what do I have in here? All right, so what I want to do before we take it outside and test it, I want to try this line cutter, this seatbelt cutter. And that is butter smooth. That was incredibly easy. So that's that one, and we'll make sure the other one is just as good. All I have to do is give myself enough room to grab onto, because I left it pretty tight, but it's easy. It is such an easy job. So if you're fishing, or if you're in an accident, or you're helping with an accident, and you need to get that emergency cut, I think you're going to be a-okay. Even if you're just cutting 550 cord to set up a lean-to or something, you can use that instead of your edge. Speaking of your edge, let's see here. I gotta always make sure to get on film when I do that, because people, if you're off like 1 inch under and you're doing it, or if I'm doing it like this, they're going to say, oh, you had the hair there already, you cheated. People are like that, but you can see edge geometry is right there. It is razor sharp. So what we'll do is I'll take this one out, since I'm already cutting my hair with it, and we'll give it a test. Almost forgot. $22.99, $19.99. That's crazy. All right, get it out here in the sunshine with the mountain views everywhere. For all my East Coasters and everybody who got snow, I invited you guys to Arizona. So here it is out in the sunlight. What do you get for $22.99? You get a really good looking knife. The grind on there is just beautiful. That's a good looking grind. It's well done. This is, again, the DA169, and the only reason I'm able to remember is because I didn't notice they put it right on the blade. So that's pretty good. You got a nice deep pocket clip right there. You can really feel the texturing in that G10, and the stone wash. The stone wash on that blade is, let's see if we can get it, is really nicely done. It's like a good looking car paint. That's nice. So what are these for, basically? Well, it's going to be an EDC. It's going to be a camp. It's going to be an emergency knife. But even better than that, it's because of the price, it's going to be your tackle box knife. It's going to be your truck knife. It's going to be your, better get Mako, throw it over a bridge knife. It's going to be all of what you're going to need for your intermediate to just below hardcore and easy use knifing, right? I have never had a single problem with a NedFoss knife. They've all just worked, and they're only getting better, but you can't tell unless we cut. All right, before we start cutting, let's get a couple of 4-foot gravity drops and see how that natural bite is. Oh, I gotta keep that thing steady. It's got that heavy rear end. Oh, it's not having a good time. It's rolling because of the rear is so fat. There we go. That was a good showing too, because it landed sideways, and when it landed sideways, it wobbled, and there is no loosening and there's no tip bending, even though the knife went into the tip and did this. You know what I mean? So let's do a couple hard downward throws. Oh, that was solid. That was solid. So here we're just testing the bite, and we want to make sure everything's going to stay rigid. That's the line right there. That is deep. That is deep. Keep the dog out of the way. Bam. That is crazy. It's got, I mean, hopefully you can see the line. Look how deep that thing's going. That is sinking into that wood. This is Arizona. The wood is hardened from the sun, and that is doing a really good job. All right, let's get some cutting in. We got a bungee cord here. Make sure we're all in the frame. Try a push. Oh, the push cut was so easy. Remember, that's just me taking the knife and pressing downward in one direction, not going like this, not going like this. That is just putting the tip on the wood and leaving one fiber there and cutting. That's really good. That's really, really good. when you're talking about a knife that's $29.99. You know what I mean? It's like some knives are supposed to be good, some knives aren't. We got this plastic stripping here. Let's just take it and give it a little rip. Get the bug out of my eye. And you can see that nice and easy. Now let's see if I can just give this a nice little once through. $22.99. And the other one's $19.99. It'll do the same job. But you can see plastic is split. Got my garden hose down here. And this is a nylon covered hose with rubber in the middle. And it is saturated because we had some rain. And it's going to cut right through, no problem. This is a good test. The rip, I left the plastic out there. But it's this part is where you want to see the rip. How clean that line is without... Like I just did a knife the other day where the line was frayed from the cut. That means the knife wasn't a perfect edge. Look at this. Look how clean that is. That is wonderful. So we're going to take off that. We're going to finish this rip. And that is absolutely perfect. Now we're going to take this rubber. We'll give it a nice poke in there. We'll give that a rip. Remember, that's 2 layers of rubber. Just perfect. That is such a nice cut. Now we'll take the rubber and the nylon together and we'll just give it a little twist. Make it nice and firm. Nice and thick. And we'll see what we can get for a push cut. That is super, super clean. $22.99. No wiggling, no wobbling. These are the kind of knives you give as gifts, or you just keep for yourself because you have good taste. You want a knife for a low price, it's going to last a long time. So we got this big thick rope right here, but I mean, the price they are, you get everybody in the family one. This is just nice. Oh, it's such a good cut. That is such a good cut. Look at that. That is very, very well done. Let's see. We got some of this. This is like steel pretty much. It's like cutting. Ooh, it's like cutting through plastic basically. It's an old hose. It's dried off. Dried up, I should say. Bam. That is super, super nice. The edge still looks great. Let's see. We need to get the dog out. Get out of here, girl. All right. So now we got this. This is literally just a hard rubber hose. We're going to give it a couple of peels right here. And you can see how beautiful that is. Golly, that is so nice. And it just leaves that little bit of piece left. And that's how you do that. Now we cut it down to size. Like let's say this is fuel hose and your car broke down or your ATV or UTV broke down. Well, I cut it down to size and then I'm able to take off the end. Now the cut is so good, it's not pushing this and making it squeeze down. It's keeping it round. And that is very important to have that kind of edge. Very, very important. But what about if you're camping? Damn dog, man. If you're camping and you got to do a little feathering to get a fire started. Even if you're not camping, if you're just at the house and you want to do a little backyarder or get you have a wood burning fireplace going. It's nice to be able to just, wow, that edge geometry is perfect. That edge geometry is perfect. Let's do a couple of pulls. See how we can get our curls going here. Oh, that is nice. It's actually making swoops. There's the curl right there. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Just a little bit of change in the direction of the edge can go from swoops to curls. There we go. These are the kind of curls where if you're lighting fires, those little guys right here, you make a ton of those, get a nice big nest. Man, fire making comes easy like that. It comes easy. What about tip making? Break off the old tip, create a new one. So you're going to be able to whittle. You're going to be able to do all your fine cutting. Just fantastic. And if this is the knife you have on you, in case of an emergency, if you're out and you get stuck somewhere and you say, oh crap, the only thing I have on me is a $22 NedFoss knife. Am I going to be able to survive? Well, we know you can make fire. What happens if you get yourself a bird or a duck? You're able to throw a rock and you got to eat, and you're able to catch something. Or if you're smart and you have something, a sidearm on you, and now you need to process it, well, are you going to be able to skin? Yeah. Are you going to be able to take leather, rubber, mesh? That's stronger than any bird or rabbit. Look at this. Just slice and dice. Golly, that's nice. So I'll tell you, there's no wiggling, no wobbling for $22.99. And for $19.99 on the other one, you're getting two knives that, for this price point, are going to work. They're going to work anytime. They're going to work every time. It's just what they're designed to do. It's no frills, nothing crazy about it. You're not getting all that super steel, you know what I mean, that you don't even need. You're getting the ability to use a knife. That's it. And if you lose it, it was $22.99. You can get more. It's not like losing that $300 knife and you stress out. If you lose a $22 knife, you get another one. That's it. It's just that easy. So check them out. Follow the link below. Look at NedFoss. Follow the two. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do the NedFoss page, but I'll also do a page for each one of these blades. You can see it's got steel liners on a steel frame. That's doubled up right there. That's not so bad. But check them out. Give them a good look. They make great gifts. Just a good all-around blade. NedFoss getting in the work. Just sweet. That's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Till next knife.